So now let's talk about the standard deviation. So the standard deviation is simply the square root of the variance. So our formulas remain the same, only that now we are finding the square root of the variance. This is when you have on group data, and for group data you have the square root of the variance. And you should really put that at the back of your mind that the standard deviation is the square root of the variance. So I can write that the standard deviation is what? The square root of the variance, or I can write that the variance is squared of the standard deviation. Any way you want, still means the same thing. So now let's try to apply this knowledge to try to solve the same examples we have been trying to tackle in the previous sections. So we are told to find the standard deviation of the following set of numbers 7, 8, 5, 9 and 3. So to recap, what we did first is to find the mean, which we got at 6.4. Then we subtracted 6.4 from all the values of x to get this over here. Then we found the square. So after finding the square, then we sum them up together to get 23.2. So the standard deviation just said we should find the square root of 23.2 over 5, which gives us 2.154. And if you recall, when we tried to find the variance before, we got the variance of this distribution to be 4.64. So the standard deviation will just be the square root of 4.64, which is equals to what? 2.154. So the standard deviation is simply the square root of the variance. Let's take a look at another example, which is for a case in which we are given our information in terms of the frequency table. So to go about this, same logic applies. We first try to find our mean, and I've explained this when we're trying to solve the variance. So multiply fx to get, and we sum our fx to get 140 divided by the summation of f to get our mean of 4. Then we'll subtract 4 from all the values of x to get x minus x bar, and we find the square for multiplying it by the frequencies to get this, and we sum it together. So our standard deviation will just be equal to the square root of our variance, which is the square root of this over here, which is 40, over summation of f, which is 35, and that gives us 1.07. So if you remember, we got our variance to be equals to what? To be equals to 1.143. So now we know our standard deviation will just be equals to the square root of 1.143, which is the same thing as 1.07, which is what we have written out here. So the standard deviation again is just the square root of the variance. And finally, let's look at a case in which we have group data. So the same logic applies. So as we have always been doing, the first thing we want to do is to find the midpoint of this class interval by adding the lower class and the upper class and divided by 2. So after we do that, 0 plus 4 divided by 2 we get 2, 5 plus 9 divided by 2 we get 7, and for this we get 12. So we multiply f by x to get this column over here. We sum it together to get 170 divided by 20, we get the mean of 8.5. So we subtract 8.5 from all our corresponding values of x to get this column over here, x minus x bar. After which we find the square of it and multiply by our frequencies. If you don't understand, you can watch the video when I talked about variance. I explained it better in details. So we now found the sum to get 205. So similarly, our standard deviation will just be the square root of our formula for variance, and this we have summed to be 205, and our summation of frequency is 20. So we have the square root of 205 over 20, which is 3.2. And if you recall, we got our variance in this example to be 10.25. If we take your calculator and you find the square root of 10.25, you should get approximately 3.2. So the standard deviation of this distribution is 3.2. So that pretty much sums up our discussion on finding the standard deviation of a distribution. In the next session, we are going to look at some past questions to see how to apply the concepts that we have learned.